Alright. Hello everyone. It's Sunday again, it's stream time again. And I'm really happy. I don't know if we caught any earlier. I spent this weekend in leisure, and that included, among other things, updating my computer to Windows 11. So, yeah, I've heard some horror stories. It looks okay so far, knock on wood, and yeah, we'll see. I've heard about like frame drops and other stuff, and I hope that won't be a problem here. We'll see. I haven't really streamed and played on this machine since I did that. Of course, since I wanted to change everything, so there's the most chance of something breaking. I've also replaced the bot with a new one, so it does a few things that it didn't do before. We shall see if they work, and if the bot works at all. I definitely remembered to actually start it. That reminds me, I should have a quick check. Because it needs to announce this stream on Twitter, of course. Yes, it did. Good. So at least that part works, apparently. Good to know. You know what? Since I'm completely distracted and doing things that you people can't see or whatever, why not have a quick peek at Discord as well and see if it worked there? Just because I'm talking about the bot and things. I've also added okay. Discord thinks I have a screen reader. Okay, that's good as well. Yes, the announcement today worked as well. Good. Ha, nice. Alright. So we definitely we have that. Yeah, I also went through and grabbed a few clips and added them to the folder, so you should be seeing particularly a few games from which we haven't had clips yet. It's of course a little difficult for me to, after the fact, go back and say, hey, listen through these 20 hours of gameplay and say, oh, that would make a good clip. So I've like scrubbed through and thought of situations where it was most likely that I would have had something to say, and things like that. So if any of you actually have, are watching, for example, on YouTube or something, or watching the VODs. I mean, if you're watching the VODs here on Twitch, I think you can just directly clip that, and I will see clips that somebody makes of my channel. So that would be nice to have for the breaks and for the start of the stream. Otherwise, if you don't have the time or whatever, but you notice something, if you could just, like note down like it's part 15 of the Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough, and it's at, like 45 minutes in or something. Just shoot me a DM on Discord or on Twitch or anywhere. That would be really lovely. So if you just happen to see something, Or also, if you're now watching this on YouTube, then if you find a funny moment or something, you know, just let me know. Leave a comment under the clip or whatever. That would be really cool to have a nice collection of clips, particularly from more games, because right now it's basically the games I played around the holidays where there were more people who had time to clip something. And of course, the longer games are kind of dominating the clips. So, would be nice to just have a few more. Alright. That's about it. Let me just see if I can maybe slightly nudge. Okay, a bit confused about that. You can tell it's what I've basically done is okay, I guess that's just how it is. Okay. Should work though. Yeah, I've basically so the whole software update and bot update and all that stuff actually came from me seeing interestingly not a Black Friday deal, but just like a good price for M2 SSDs. Those are the little circuit board SSDs that don't pretend to be a hard disk. And since my computer actually has 2 slots for M2 SSDs that I wasn't using so far because all my hard disks were ones and SSDs were ones I took over from the previous PC. And so I actually thought, okay, I can pop 2 of those in there. So let's buy those, and that's what I did. And then I slotted them into the PC and went, okay, hey, I got the notification that I could update to Windows 11 anyway, but I've heard horror stories about bad performance and things like that on AMD CPUs, so I wanted a way to go back, and so I went, hell, I don't want to run the operating system from the old slow SSD anyway, because that was quite an old SATA SSD. It's, you know, faster than a hard disk, but that was about it. And so I went, okay, now there's no reason really to update the Windows 10 on that old SSD, and so I just went and, I did some contortions and managed to actually install Windows 11 on the M2 SSD and start up from that, and then I went and reinstalled all the stuff that I needed and reconnected all the game launchers and things like that to the already downloaded copies on the other partitions and things like that. Yeah, just so the whole thing will hopefully be running a lot faster now just by virtue of being on one of those SSDs. And yeah, I have a bunch of disk space free now as well. I've left the Windows 10 drive pretty much untouched though, so if something goes horribly wrong, hopefully, or if I find something that just completely wouldn't work, I can just switch back and boot into that, which is always comfortable to be in that situation. My guess is for, I don't know, Windows 12 or whatever, I will probably not have that choice because I doubt that by then I won't have filled the entire hard drive. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just have a quick sip and then go into our DLC, the Brigmore Witches. So, I'm actually fascinated how that will go. So we've been playing as Dowd, the Knife of Dunwall, and it said we would be, and he got kind of crossed paths with this Delilah woman, who seems to be here on the picture. So I'm curious, like, who will be playing as? Does this indicate that's the player character? We'll now be playing as Delilah? That would be kind of cool. I kind of expected the game to just do both DLCs as Dowd, because he has to be in the story somehow. But seeing this here now, that would be... So Dishonored has a couple of times really positively surprised me, and I really hope we get to play as Delilah now. Because that would be... That would just be, you know, a cool way of making the game different, yet, you know, making things the same. Just, we've already had that. Like, the main game was from Corvo's point of view, and then they went and said, hey, but you know that guy Dowd that he fought with? That guy could be, you know, that guy could be the, sorry, lost my train of thought there. You got distracted by Control. Oh, that's a good distraction, yeah. I loved being distracted by that game. Yeah, so... Yeah, so they've already turned this once and said, hey, now see the other side of the story. So I would really love if they did the same thing here. I guess we shall see now. Although this suspiciously look that we might be Dowd again. Yeah, I guess we will be. New game, the Brigmore Witches. High Chaos? I think we've confused the game a little bit. Or no, maybe... I guess let's just pick it and hope that it picked the right... Okay, let's go with the casual thing again, like we did before. And now this will be interesting. Where will we be going? Press any key.
He knew. The black-eyed bastard knew that when my blade stilled the Empress's heart and delivered her daughter to the Lord Regent's men, everything would fall to pieces. He watched me do it anyway. And now the world's gone mad. Plague grinds the city down. Corruption rots. A mad killer roams the streets by night. seeking revenge. The overseers have stormed my hideout in the flooded district, and I'm in a strange duel with a mad witch named Delilah for the fate of the Empire. I'd say I was being punished, but I know that the world doesn't punish wicked people. We make our choices and take what comes. And the rest is void. I can't say I wasn't warned.
Ooh.
It's been months since I killed the Empress, but it feels like only seconds ago I heard her yelling for her daughter, Emily. Corvo's face going slack with shock. And somewhere in my head, the outsiders laugh. Come to collect on our debt. Did you ever think you deserved to lose your Empress? That a better man took her life, while you gaped like a fool? Come on, Corvo. Prove me wrong.
Whoops. Okay, what? I guess this is supposed to be... I'm not sure if we're even supposed to be able to solve this. Okay. So it's the canonical ending that Corvo actually kills Dowd.
Damn it.
Sir, Thomas has returned with the information you requested. He's waiting for you below.
Alright. That sounds interesting. Couple bits of bone. I guess let's go through the books. So I guess Corvo lets us live as the canonical ending, which kind of makes sense. And luckily I chose that. Otherwise I would have had a problem here. I mean, it was kind of an influence, of course, when I made the decision, just knowing that this DLC was here. Excerpt from a journal covering various occult artifacts. They say my mother was a witch, but the truth, as is so often the case, depends on perspective and your place in the world. She relied on poisons made from exotic herbs and the blowfish that live in the reef waters near Pandysia. Her power originated in hallucinogenics, delivered through guile or by force to those who crossed her. There was an unusual intensity in her gaze for certain, but it came from within, not from the outsider. It's what happens to anyone pushed to the absolute edge of sanity and survival, who stays there for years, then returns to walk among the sheep in so-called civilized society. My mother was crafty, but if it was anything more than powders, hidden knives, and guile, I never saw it. Like they tell children, some of those truly touched by the black-eyed bastard can move through the space between rooftops like a sparrow. Others command armies of rats or poisonous flies as easy as they wiggle their fingers and toes. The overseers are right to fear us, to warn the common folk to stay near their homes at night and keep their families close. But there are other ways his influence manifests itself. Those who serve me share in some of what I can do, and I suspect it's the same for Delilah Copperspoon's coven. Then there are those who can craft runes and charms. The old woman across town, they call her Granny Rags, she carves and polishes the bones of whales, stringing them together and opening them to the void until they moan like the fever-sick on a cold night. I found a few of her talismans, and with each one I touched, a tiny piece of me departed and settled in with her. What does she gain? A longer life? Some other kind of power I don't understand? The making of such things is beyond me. I've known 4 people in my time who carried the mark of the outsider, but I've known dozens more who wanted it, who stood at night in stagnant ponds or begged with the dust blowing through graveyards. People who gutted farm animals or burned the flesh of men, thinking it would call forth the void. I met a dying man once who had collected runes and charms for years. He crushed them all into powder, made a paste, and ate them, thinking he could gain whatever magic was in the things. His death was long and painful. I also knew a woman from Karnaka who would trade for charms and other bits of whalebone. She cracked them apart and fused them back together, then sold them. I bought one of these corrupted charms that she swore would cause sharp metal to break on my skin, and it worked. But each time it did, one of my teeth turned black and fell out. After the 3rd time, I gave it to one of my men. Now, when he smiles, it's all bleeding gums, and I wonder what parts inside him are turning black. Sometimes I ask myself, without these gifts, would I be a man to fear? Would I be called the Knife of Dunwall, with my name whispered through the markets and alleyways, the high towers and drawing rooms? I'd like to think so, but it really doesn't matter. As long as I bear this mark, I'll use whatever craft I have to force my will on the world. The harder trick is undoing what I've done. There are some games that load another game's save files and that influences the state of the next game. Does it do that? Yeah, that's my guess that it does that here. I was just confused about the whole high chaos thing. Like, I'm assuming that it says high chaos because that was how we ended the last mission, where we killed a lot of people. But before that we didn't, so I hope I didn't just inherit a lot higher chaos than I expected. Corrupted bone charms. Corrupted bone charms are powerful bone charms that come with a cost. Locate them, like normal bone charms, by listening for the song they emit, or with the void gaze power. Equip them in the bone charms tab of the journal. I guess that's the corrupted one. Benefit, you deal greater damage with your sword. Penalty, you swing your sword slower. I'm not really sure. Reinforced bolts. Choking is faster. Having your weapons out doesn't slow you. Swing your sword moderately faster. Potions give you moderately more mana. Drop assassination gives you a little help. I guess we'll go with those. Oh, we got some ingots. A note from Billy. Oh, Billy Lurk, you might remember, was the one who betrayed us. Dowd, no need to waste breath with apologies or excuses. You taught me that. All I can say is that as soon as I left Dunwall, my head felt clear, maybe for the first time. You told me once that people like us burn hot, then burn up. We don't get a chance to start over. No long days in the sun, but I know you, Dowd. Despite all the blood on your hands, you've been stashing coin. No one does that if they're not holding on to something. You've got some kind of plan, some hope for a new life. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't, but that's what you gave me when you let me walk away. The one thing you said that wasn't possible, and I will never forget that. When the time comes, and it will, I hope you're watching close, so you get that chance too. I left a book for you. The world is big, bigger than I knew. There are lots of places where an old man like you could disappear. Billy. Ports of Call. Excerpt from a guide to port cities across the Empire of the Isles. Potterstead, Gristol, a small town, but the locals are charming and the ale is unmatched. Be certain to visit during the month of Winds for the Pennant Festival. Dunwall, Gristol. Notes on the capital city could fill a dozen such volumes. All delights exist in Dunwall if you've got the coin, and all miseries if you're broke. Unless you're well connected through someone in Dunwall Tower, one of the key families, the City Watch, or a river patrol, make sure your permits are in order. Otherwise, you're likely to have your cargo seized by the port authorities for any reason they care to concoct. Calkany, Morley. While the harbormaster here is particular about the kinds of goods you're carrying, the rest of the town is more lax. Be sure to visit the inn on the rock for the best mutton stew in all the Isles. Yarrow, Tivia. The cold here will snatch the breath from your lungs, but it is met in equal strength by the civility of its well-mannered citizens. The cozy taverns are kept warm by their famously crafted iron stoves, though the northern food takes some adjustment. Bejeweled aristocrats laugh and drink side by side with weathered, leathery-skinned farmers, clapping one another on the back until the dim hours. It is hard to make a friend here, or to truly understand the worldview of the native-born, but once you do, you'll have a friend for life. Colorow, Serkonos. This city is crowded in the warmer months, and for a good reason. You'll find yourself shoulder to shoulder with scantily clad locals and foreigners on holiday, pale skin burned pink by the sun, which somehow seems larger and brighter in Serkonos. The food in Colorow is a shining example of Serkonan cuisine, and there is always music, always dancing. Hand-rolled on the steps of tobacco shops, the cigars are of course fresher than the ones you've had shipped to the other parts of the Empire. Karnaca, Serkonos. The jewel of the south at the edge of the world. The city is bustling with industry after a wave of settlers from Morley and an influx of wealthy trading companies from Dunwall. Everywhere you go in Karnaca, there are new ideas, hybrid forms of music, groundbreaking theories of natural philosophy, and even extravagant delicacies made by mixing ingredients from all the known cultures. The locals work tirelessly for their coin, welcoming the elite from across the Isles. I hear another bone charm or rune somewhere. The Reclamation of Dunwall. Excerpt from a pamphlet published in response to the plague. Dunwall, the seat of power in the known civilized world, the Empire of the Isles. It is our great capital, and it has been brought low by vermin. The very thought galls. We are faced with the reality that our once great city is in a state of shambles, and the few remaining domiciles in any habitable condition are the estates of those wealthy enough to ward themselves against that reality. A city cannot continue to thrive, populated by only the upper classes and their cloistered sycophants. Even if the plague were gone tomorrow, in its present state, Dunwall doesn't have enough hardy people of working age to return the city to everyday function. We must find a way to attract more residents, which requires removing the cloud of fear brought about by the current regime. The Lord Regent and his lackeys are bad for business, my friends. So it falls on us. A plague and a tyrant must be overcome. And after that we must undertake a third miracle, turning the screws on the obscenely wealthy, forcing them to pay back into the place that has given them their privileged lives. It is the powerful and fortunate who must pay for the rebuilding of Dunwall, even if the poorest will bear the stones and timbers of reconstructions on their backs. All this must happen for the dormant machine of commerce to restart. Without that, we are all forfeit, and the greatest city of our age will be lost. There's a lot of blood here. Alright, what was it? Void site here. Okay, the rune is below. So I guess we've investigated everything.
Begging your pardon, Dowd, but I don't think it's safe to leave these overseers holed up in the refinery.
It's a new game now. They know where to find us. We just have to make them afraid.
Why are there a few overseers just walking around? Weird. I wonder if that's just a bug? Wrong NPC choice? I mean, I know I told them to leave them alive.
Dowd blew up a whole slaughterhouse, where we get the whale oil. Won't that irritate the Lord Regent?
Indeed. We could turn Dowd in, split the reward.
I promise to go quietly.
Oh, that's a nice one. And then they just go like, poof, okay. I promise to go quietly. Whoops. Boss was standing behind you.
Taking prisoners is exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about.
You don't have to remind me. It's Billy's doing that the Overseers found us. That wasn't Dowd.
Dowd should have caught it. And now Witches? He's not the man he was.
Quiet. You're going to get us killed.
The Knife of Dunwall, a survivor's tale. From a street pamphlet containing a sensationalized sighting of the assassin Dowd. Gentle reader, be assured that your coin is well spent today. What you read here may one day preserve your life and your sanity. No one has seen the Knife of Dunwall and lived to tell of it. Until now. The sun was setting, a bloody stain against the sky, silhouetting the charred ribcage of the slaughterhouse. The stench of burnt meat, the flesh of men and whales soured the air. Dowd erupted from the ashes and timbers, his body wreathed in flame, and rent with injuries that no mortal man could have survived. His shadow stretched out before him on the ground, and it revealed his true nature. A horned thing wrapped by heresy. A shape too terrible to put into words, my gentle readers. A sorcerer from the void, without question. I could hear the moans of the dying workers beneath him in the rubble of the slaughterhouse, but he did not even pause to acknowledge their plight, for his heart is colder than Tyvian ice. Instead, he let out a guttural howl of victory, the shock of which snuffed out the life of those poor dying workers, and then he bounded away, moving from roof to roof back toward the streets. And this was where I thought this chapter would end, until I heard the music. The grinding metal music of the overseers echoed from the nearby alleyways, and I knew there would soon be a fight. With only my sense of duty to the fallen citizens of Dunwall to keep my fear from overtaking me, I inched closer to the mouth of the alley for a better vantage. A brave contingent of overseers had captured one of Dowd's lieutenants lurking in the alley. That's a moment, a scene that we noticed. That's one of the assassins we rescued in the last mission. That's a nice touch. He or she, for I could not tell beneath the thick leather of the industrial whaler suit, was prone and tied with sturdy ropes, surrounded overseers. But their fixation was ultimately their undoing. Was prone. I think there's like a by missing. Dowd fell from above, moving through the air as easily as a falcon. I swear it on my spirit. Without sound, he glided down among them, and the music maker was the first to die as Dowd tore the man's head from his shoulders. I wonder, like, how much this is actual what I played. Like, I did kill the music maker, pretty sure about that. But I did it all from a distance, you know? But so I wonder if this text goes away if we kill the others first. I guess they can kind of assume that, knowing that the people with the music box can trick us, that we would kill them first. And it's sensationalized, you know, so they could just say, oh, you know, he made that up because it sounds more dramatic. The wretched song faded in a discordant wail. Then I watched as the most notorious assassin of our time became a flurry of leather, metal, and blood, deflecting bullets and sword blades with ease. The last overseer, no doubt consumed with terror at seeing its brothers fall so easily, sank to his knees and begged for mercy. Dowd spoke a single word that made my entrails squirm in my belly upon hearing it. The overseer shrieked like a madman until his mask split in two, as though struck by some hammer and chisel, and a stream of blood gushed forth from the crack, bathing Dowd's boots. I closed my eyes at that point, too overwhelmed to witness any further atrocity. I could only hope that if that foul heretic discovered me next, my life would end swiftly. But when I opened my eyes, Dowd was nowhere to be seen. That was the last I ever saw of the Knife of Dunwall. So heed my warnings, gentle reader. Should you or anyone you love witness some misshapen shadow fall across your path, or should you hear the slightest rumor of dark words whispered from the rooftops, then flee. Flee with all haste. It's nice, you know, they can just go, oh yeah, you know, someone wrote very pink prose. Purple prose.
This will hold while we're away. Anything short of cannon fire.
Let's hope it won't come to that.
Okay. These metal blockings where we snuck in the last time. Oh, there's a rune up there. I thought it was kind of loud. Whoops. I forgot that I actually upgraded my jump.
Corvo's coming for us, Dowd. And he's got nothing but blood on his mind.
You let me worry about that when the time comes. If it comes.
Okay. So they're not assuming that I let Dowd live. Instead, he had a dream of Corvo catching up with him. But we woke up, you know, before that.
Send some of us to finish off the Royal Protector. I'd rather face him head on.
We have bigger targets to consider right now. Corvo didn't turn one of our own against us. He didn't send overseers into our backyard. Delilah did.
If Corvo...
Maybe you should do something more useful than standing by this window pissing your pants about Corvo.
As you wish.
Rude, but, you know, true.
I've made a mess of the access ways, but it had to be done. If I come back, I'll take it all down.
Somebody will. And they can burn those overseer drapes while they're at it.
Equip gear. Ooh. Are we getting all our weapons back? Oh, that's a cool mechanism. That's a detail you didn't see before. And I like that they pick up the rune as well, because of course we're gonna try to use that. Pull. Pull inanimate objects towards you from a distance. Consumable items are used or stored immediately. Strategic tips. Pull can silently disable a security system if used on the whale oil tanks powering the device. Pull living things and bodies towards you from a distance at level 2. When enemies are pulled close enough, they are suspended in air. Corpses and unconscious bodies are automatically carried. Strategic tips. While suspended in air, enemies are vulnerable to lethal and non-lethal takedowns. Okay. So, but we could, if we get 4 more runes, or 3 more, could improve the other abilities. Yeah, I think I'll wait 4 runes to upgrade Blink. See in the dark and see the locations of bone charms and runes. Okay, we fully upgraded that one, yeah. Okay, so let's not use these yet. Okay. There's a map of something. There seem to be some speakers. I don't know if those are music box people or actual stationary music boxes.
Thomas finished his scouting run. When you've talked to him, I'll give you the latest word from inside the prison.
Interesting. We're interested in a prison. The Whalers. Excerpt from a journalist's report on organized criminal activity. Oh, that's about us. One gentleman of advanced age swore that his brother had been taken by the Whalers, a notorious gang associated with a man called Dowd. According to Peter Mansfield, his brother Radoff... Oh, we've heard these names before. Was proud of working with the Royal Spymaster's Responsible Citizens Group. Feeling no shame in reporting on what he perceived as shady dealings by his rivals at the fish markets, but this might have been the source of his trouble. On the 6th evening of the month of Hearts, Radoff came storming into Peter's home, white-faced and panic-stricken, claiming to have been chased by a group of ruffians wearing the leather suits and vapor masks used by the men working in the whale oil factories. Peter gave him supper and drink, sending him on his way later in the night, after which Radoff was never again seen. Okay, we've read this entire book before. Excerpt from a volume on Serkonan geography and culture. Serkonos, the jewel of the south, is best known for its warm winds, spiced foods, and endless beaches. While the city of Kaluro sees the heaviest flow of travelers from across the Isles, Karnaca, on the southernmost edge of the known world, is preferred among the elite of the Empire. It is said that a month spent resting beneath the sun on the beaches of Serkonos or within one of the rural villages can cure most maladies. Travelers bring back recipes and styles from the south, and the dances that all Serkonans learn in their youth are favored in Crystal for their sensuality, copied by the fashionable aristocracy in the capital of Dunwall. The only persistent troubles in Serkonos originates along the string of tiny islands stretching away from the mainland to the east. For generations, pirates have hidden among this archipelago, I think that's what you call it. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Raiding traders passing between the isles and most recently attacking whaling ships returning with rich stores of oil. And that's a music box from the overseers. Okay, I guess we'll talk to Thomas then. I think we've looted every... Oh, no. Bonded Galvani weave. Folded Galvani resin. Boot stealth 1. The Metaphysica Mysterium. Excerpt from a longer banned work on supernatural ritual. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his accursed followers while avoiding their corruption. I will prescribe a twofold method in this text. Indirection. As the unwholesome powers of the outsider use living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. Containment. By using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies in a raw state, shielding them from the perverse perspectives of the outsider. Okay, I think we've read that before as well. Thomas' journal, that must be new. A recent journal entry written in a careful hand. Our troubles begun with a name, Delilah, a mystery given to Dowd by the face he sees in his dreams, and whose voice he hears when kneeling at the shrines hidden in the lost parts of the city. None of us have ever heard this voice, but we know its power. It spoke to our master, telling him of his coming doom and saying that solving this riddle was the only way to escape. We knew nothing of Delilah except that we found a whaling ship by that name. A tenuous connection, but where the outsider's word is concerned, there are no coincidences. We discovered the ship was named after a woman who once walked the halls of Dunwall Tower with Jessamine Caldwin. Later she became a painter, an apprentice of Sokolov himself, until she snared an aristocratic patron named Arnold Timsh. We met with Timsh's niece, who offered us information on Delilah in exchange for eliminating her uncle. Removing aristocrats was our Removing aristocrats was a specialty, so our master agreed. With Barrister Arnold Timsh gone, his niece divulged everything she knew. Delilah was much more than a painter, and she was hiding in the old Brigmore manor outside the city. But by then we were too late. Delilah anticipated our threat. For some time she had been working her corruptive influence on the best of us. The assassin Billy Lurk. Delilah turned Lurk against us, and together they sold us out to the overseers. When we returned to our hideout in the flooded district, we were swarmed by gold masks and hounds. But Dowd is quick and wise in our trade. In the end, he kept us alive, though there were losses. Now our resources are strained. Some of the men are grumbling. I see the strain on Dowd's face. Killing the Empress, handing over her daughter, those are not easy burdens to bear. And Lurk's betrayal weighs on him heavily. His sleep is troubled by curses and shouts. Now we make preparations to strike back at Delilah. She is planning something in Brigmore, something that affects everyone in the Isles. And she will be expecting us. Like our master, she shares her gifts from the outsider with those who follow her. How many are they, I wonder? I have no secrets from my master. My loyalty is without question. But I fear these may be the last days of the Whalers, perhaps the last days of Dowd.
I found Lizzie Stride. Getting her to lend us her boat will be a bit complicated, however. She's in Coldridge. From what I hear, they've got enough on her to hold her for about 1,000 years.
Excellent. Lizzie has enemies inside Coldridge. If we play this right, she'll be begging to do business with us.
Ready to leave, sir? Or should I wait? At your pleasure.
Alright, the other guy said he would tell us about the prison, so let's see if
After
it does.
Corvo's escape, it's going to be more difficult to break into Coldridge. They've installed arc pylons, and they're blaring overseer music over the loudspeakers. Our talents will be suppressed until we get inside.
I have other talents.
Alright, that was what we saw on the map. So they do have speakers that play this music. And I guess that's a watchtower?
They've got Arnold Timsh in there. Same wing as Lizzie Stride.
Good. I'll let him know I'll be visiting his girlfriend soon.
That's interesting that Timsh is just imprisoned there. We set him up in the previous game. By the way, that that whole story, which one was it? Oh, I guess what... I don't know, one of the stories we read was basically the previous game. Okay.
Last thing. There's an execution planned in the courtyard. Should draw a lot of eyes away from you.
I could use a laugh.
Interesting. Who will they be executing? Alright, let's just have a quick... My guess... Yeah, they've blocked all the exits here, so the only way we can get out is probably via... via that other assassin. Although I do want to see if we can... Nope. They've put an invisible wall here, I think, like it... You see, like, my teleportation cannot get into the upper area, so that's basically the hitbox of this room ends up here. Yeah, it just doesn't go farther up. I mean, that's one way to, you know, like, not have to build an entire map or update this large map too much, you know. They could just use the previous map, put some different NPCs around. The Royal Spymaster. Excerpt from a historical record of government position and ranks. It is said that the office of the Royal Spymaster has existed for as long as there have been emperors and empresses. However, in the earliest days of the empire, this position existed in secrecy. Only after the Morley insurrection was the position publicly acknowledged, due to the tremendous role that the acting Spymaster played in quelling the rebellion. Originally, members of the military or officers of the City Watch were advocated for the role, chosen by the Admiralty. In recent years, the outgoing Spymaster has made recommendations on his replacement from the small cadre of espionage agents serving him. In this way, continuity is preserved, since many of the covert projects undertaken by the government are not committed to writing, only communicated in whispers, behind secure doors. This leads to the most common critique of the office of the Royal Spymaster, that actions are taken and deeds committed that even the Emperor or Empress is not aware of. This lack of oversight or accountability is a commonly debated topic during parliamentary sessions, but those who hold the position of Royal Spymaster insist that in order to function, the role must exist outside existing bureaucracy or law. Yeah, that's something that is still being argued today.
Look at that. Secure as Dunwall Tower.
Tell it to the Empress.
That was a put down. Remember the one that I killed? Okay. Alright, the areas I'm thinking about are one floor down, and since the windows have all been blocked, I can't actually go down. Yeah. Well, but, you know, nice gameplay trick. They found a nice excuse, you know, they're saying, okay, we're locking this up, and going on a mission. Alright, Thomas, I guess here we go.
Is it time to go, sir?
This whoosh effect is kind of interesting for these decisions. Coins found, 300 of 500. No special actions accomplished. Why is overall chaos still high? Okay, I hope we can fix that. I hope I didn't, you know, I did a few different tests, and I hope it didn't save like one of the tests where I just killed the other guy, the Lord Regent. Oh no, wait, that was... Right, it can't be that, because this is the end of Dowd's mission, not of Corvo's mission. I've been mixing it up. And I guess in Dowd's mission, yeah, I killed all these guys in that base, I think. So I guess that's
Delilah
just how it'll
doesn't
have to
leave
be.
Brigmore Manor anymore. She doesn't have to. Which means I have to come to her. The manor's upriver, far out past the quarantine line. I'll need a ship. I've lived in Dunwall's underworld a long time. I know the players, gang leaders, madams, corrupt officials. But what I need is a smuggler who knows the river, someone I can trust. It's a reflection of Dunwall, or perhaps myself, that after all these years, the best choice I have is Lizzie Stride. And Lizzie Stride is in jail.
She seems like a cool person. Seems to have bitten her jailer. Favors. As Dowd, you can use your network of spies and corrupt merchants to purchase equipment upgrades before each mission. You can also pay for special favors. These favors can have a variety of effects in the mission, such as granting access to equipment caches or revealing secret information. It's, I'm not quite a fan of how that mechanic is presented here. It feels a bit like a, well, we don't really need to integrate it into the story. Let's just do it right before the mission thing. You know, maybe they ran out of time and that was the easiest to cut. Or maybe early on they went, let's not worry about it and just do it in a menu. But, I mean, in the base game we had, what's his name, Piero? You know, who was just a person you would walk up to buy these things. And I kind of would have preferred something like that, you know, just have a vendor somewhere. You know, even if it's just a character at the street corner and just saying, hey, here, the guys in the red jackets, those are your fences or something from whom you can buy stuff. New upgrades available. Wrist bow accuracy and bone charm capacity. I have 311 coins. And I have 6 bolts. Okay, so I guess I'm not upgrading anything. Okay, no, these. Okay, I can't even buy the regular bolts anymore. And here I thought like, oh, they gave me cool stuff. Forged requisition orders allow your contact to deliver stun mines to the prison. The key to the munitions lockers will be hidden nearby. Misplaced rune. A recent sweep of the prison for contraband has yielded a number of heretical artifacts. One of them will accidentally be misplaced for the right bribe. Overseer Dowd. You are disguised as an overseer. An overseer has been summoned to Coldridge Prison. Your contacts will intercept him and send you in his place. Using this overseer's uniform as a disguise should fool the prison guards long enough to get you inside. Oh, that would have been interesting. But I guess we'll do with just the sleep darts.
Lizzie Stride is in there, but we don't know where they're holding her. They're playing overseer music from the loudspeakers. We couldn't get in.
Why the music?
One of their prisoners. A spy caught at Dunwall Tower. The guards have sent for overseers to investigate.
I'll be back with Lizzie Stride. Stay hidden.
That's cool. That prisoner sounds interesting. Disoriented by overseer music. Magic will not work. That's a great start. It's kind of, they give us all these cool powers and then they go, hey, but you know what? They won't work here. Don't want to make it too easy. Quite the opposite, in fact. I guess I can walk up there, where the dead body is. Wonder what happened to you. Is there any other place I can go? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Here goes nothing. Oh. Of course, the dead body has a pistol, and I'm full on pistol ammo. Because it's loud. What did you expect? Authorized personnel only. Halt. That's where we came from, right? Yeah. Huh. Slightly confuzzled. Oh, okay.
Who needs a gate? If anyone tries to escape now, they'll be vaporized. Arc pylons, Sokolov's latest.
That's if they're operational. The second you run out of whale oil tanks, you're defenseless, and the prisoner goes straight out to the bridge.
Exactly. Which is why we drained the water rock. No one survives that far.
Still, the Lord Regent won't tolerate another escape. We have to be extra careful.
Oh, is that the bridge we saw at the start of the game? No, that's the prison, right? I think that's the prison everywhere. Okay, we have to get in there. feels like they changed the order of abilities. Okay, where is... Where are my other arrows? How do I... Okay, let's... Options, controls, sneak, sprint, use, zoom, quick access wheel, middle mouse button. Let's put that on tab. That's kind of where I'm expecting it. Yeah, okay. And here, wrist bow bolts and sleep darts. Uh-oh. Both of them are here. Didn't realize the other guy hadn't left.
Get up right now. I know you're here somewhere.
I wonder if that counts as never seen. Oh. Okay, that's where... That looks suspiciously like where Dowd got out, or maybe it's just a similar asset. Right. Let's just tidy those people up. Thank you. Coin is always useful. We just have to see. Okay, and here I guess I've got my abilities back.
No, stupid goddamn.
That could be stupid. If there's someone behind me. I don't think anyone saw me. Good. That's interesting. If there will be an opportunity to not have this sound. Overseer arrival. Remember that an overseer has been summoned to address the situation in the interrogation room. Until the overseer arrives, no one is to enter the interrogation room. The prisoner cells are off limits to overseers and other visitors. No exceptions. Okay, so my guess is this is the loud option. Oh, I could probably... No, that's a dog kennel, right? So we can't open that. It's not just a trash thing. So I think we can get... Okay, that's the arc pylon.
Someone's supposed to be on duty.
Okay, and yeah, this looks exactly like where Corvo escaped. Oh yeah, and that was full of water. That makes sense.
They don't hesitate to kill their own.
Alright.
I better make a pass over here.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
So that's interesting. If we're weaving inside and outside. Then we can't use our abilities. So let's try inside
Someone's
first.
supposed to be on duty over here.
Oh, but there's the arc pylon. So I have to be careful that I don't fry myself. Huh.
All cells in Section B are under quarantine until further notice. Prisoners who have been transferred from Section B will be observed for signs of infection.
I just realized the difference between Windows 10 and Windows 11. In Windows 11, my second screen doesn't have a clock. Jesus, okay. Let's see if we can just quickly get ourselves a clock. Because I do kind of like to see a clock in Windows 11 that costs extra. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. Because luckily, I have a big clock. That's what the app is called, literally. It's a big clock.
The Sokolov radial interdiction device, or ARC pylon, is for use only by personnel trained in proper imprinting procedure.
Okay. Of course you're going in there just when I'm thinking that I want to knock you out. so I can more easily sneak in there.
A reminder, the Coldridge prison remains under martial law. Guards are authorized to use lethal force against any unidentified or unauthorized persons on the premises.
I can't see if there's anyone in there. Oh, the whale oil tank is over there, apparently. Well, let's go down here first. Uh-oh. Okay, nobody in there. That's good.
All prison personnel will stay clear of the interrogation
and that's the
room
thing where we would
until
have
the representative from the Abbey has certified it is free of any heretical corruption.
So I guess we can try if we can get over there without getting fried. Log warning. All logbook entries must contain the prisoner name and the destination cell number. The logbook is in the guard booth between sections C and D. Do not neglect to log every prisoner transfer. Failure to do so is a punishable offense. Additional security installations along the execution yard wall are complete. Additional work on the main gate will continue throughout the coming days. All workers must show identification for the duration of the construction. Attention, executions of personnel responsible for enabling the escape of the former Lord Protector will continue today. The execution yard remains off limits unless otherwise specified. Alright. So let's see if we get fried. I'm doing a save. Oops.
Once he had the key, there was no stopping him. And the way he went off that bridge, how do you stop a man who'll make a jump like that? Like he doesn't care.
Or like he's more than human.
You think he's
I think we played that overseer noise for a reason. I think there's more happening here than any of us know.
You think the mess in the interrogation? I'm not saying it would be easy, but I could do it once the cell doors open.
You? How?
In the first rush, I take 2, 3 before they get their swords out, pick up their pistols. I'm a good shot.
Not now.
How good?
I'm better than most of the people here. It's a fact. If I keep moving, I can take the rest one-on-one. It'll be bloody, but it's doable.
You're not thinking. If a fight even starts, you'd be finished. When that alarm goes, your odds are just about 0. Me? I just keep quiet. Slip by when no one's looking. take as long as it takes.
Either way, you'd have to be lucky. And a complete madman.
You'd have to be Corvo, in other words.
Complete madman. That's me.
The sound she made, it was like...
Don't. Not until the Overseer finishes. I don't want to think about it.
Alright, I'm not quite sure what I'd best do here. I guess I go back up here. I can get to the logbook, which will probably help me. It's nice that I've kind of got them both in roughly the same spot.
All cells in Section B are under quarantine until further notice. Prisoners who have been transferred from Section B will be observed for signs of infection.
How did he fall this way? Huh? Okay. That worked. Remember to take extra care in logging transfers. Even temporary transfers of prisoners from one cell to another must be recorded in the logbook. Ensure that the logbook is available in the guard booth between sections C and D at all times. Alright. Guess I have to get...
A reminder, the Coldridge prison remains under martial law. Guards are authorized to use lethal force against any unidentified or unauthorized persons on the premises.
He kind of spotted me. It's always in the beginning, I try to not kill anyone and then I run out of arrows. Of course, your friend is just coming back, right? Well, I guess we'll risk it. I'm not seeing your friend. There's another guy out there.
Oh. You're making a huge mistake. I'm a barrister. I've got all your names. Morgan and Taylor, and Cooper and Wilkins and Linden. They'll go into a signed, notarized deposition. I've sent word to the Lord Regent's office. None of you understand what I could do to you. It's almost laughable, isn't it? When you think about it, You're signing your own death warrants. Let me out! Let me out of here!
That's Timsh, I guess. And I didn't actually... There's the rewire tool we could have used.
Stay clear of the interrogation room until the representative from the Abbey has certified it is free of any heretical corruption.
All right. So we could have gone this way. Didn't even see that door in the dark. Right, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get through there. If there is... Interesting, it's a half empty.
Interdiction device, or arc pylon, is for use only by personnel trained in proper imprinting procedure.
So how would I get up there? Can I sit on that lamp? My guess is no. Nope. Okay.
You're such a choffer.
Oh, what's this? Section B will remain closed until the conclusion of the investigation into the escape of Corvo Atano. Prisoners have been moved into the cells on the other side of the prison. All right. So here's the noise again. In the interior court. Oh. So that's where you are. Have to be a little careful there. The other guy...
Nobody's making rounds over here?
Huh. It's a good number of folks here. Huh.
Seen anybody with signs of the sickness? Bug someone else.
There's a whole bunch of people out there. It's all too far up.
Personnel will stay clear of the interrogation room until the representative from the Abbey has certified it is free of any heretical corruption.
Let's make sure.
Executing people he doesn't like. You're crazy. I'm telling you, it's him. No, I've seen him. Remember? At the riot.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
What was he like? Cold. Thoughtful. I bet when he left here, no one saw a thing.
Did someone see me? No.
That was then. You're forgetting about the Empress. That was when he had something to lose.
People don't change that much.
Oh, yes, they do. You just haven't been there to see it happen.
All cells in Section B are under quarantine until further notice.
Uh-oh.
Prisoners who have been transferred from Section B will be observed for signs of infection.
I know you're here. Assassin! Got you now! Throw the alarm!
Dang it.
should bathe. I can smell you from here.
Oh, wait. Wrong ability. Dang it. That was a bit of waste of mana potion. Dang it, they rang the alarm. I don't like people being alarmed.
I know you're
I need more arrows.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Let me know if you want to gamble on the hounds again. Please, not now. Where are you?
Oh, I forgot that I'm not Corvo.
Check under everything.
Oh well.
I know you're here somewhere, Scott.
Corvo had the nice people go poof when you kill them ability.
He got away.
But Dowd doesn't have that, right?
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
I don't have many of these arrows either. Oh, damn it. You're telling me I can't get him from here? Let's do a save, but okay. Talk to him? Interesting. What is he busy with? They're all busy.
There are unsecured prisoners active on...
All logbook entries must contain the prisoner name and the destination cell number. The logbook is in the guard booth between sections C and D. Do not neglect to log every prisoner transfer. Failure to do so is a punishable offense.
All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
And I guess I can't get in there unless I manage to unlock all the doors. Ah. That is the consequences of my actions. Welcome. I mean, you're lucky that they didn't take you and
There are unsecured
put you with your friends. or rather with the people who you marked as ill. Not sure why I'm removing these, given they've already been found, I think. Or maybe those were the others. So now, at least from them, I got the key. Winston Fogarty removed. Elizabeth Stride moved to C28. Lucas Penroe moved to D11. Jane Cochran temporarily removed. What does removed mean? Okay, this is just for the alarm.
He's gonna make a mistake one day, and that's gonna be it. My hand's on his throat.
So the ammunition locker that we could have bribed our way to is these two.
That bastard thinks he can taunt me. Just wait until there's no bars between us. That'll be a good day.
Hey, I heard you got eaten alive at cards. Another night, another patrol with you.
The type of ammo we have lots of. That's what they give you here. Okay, you're up there, so I guess we'll have to eliminate you first. Let's lemonade you first. Ooh. And a sleep dart. Yes. Okay, we were given...
Hey, don't you owe me a drink? Bug someone else.
I should have really used the lethal arrow here. Oh, no. Doesn't matter. Again, I forgot. I don't have the ability.
Lizzie Stride. She's in rough shape.
Oh, he has the ammunition locker key.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Right. Money. Oh hey, this place is familiar. Hi Andy, how's it going? Yeah, it's yeah, we're in prison again. I guess. And we're, I guess, getting ready to meet the... what are they called? The Witches of Rigmore? So yeah.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
I'm kind of wondering, there has to be a way to open the cells, but I haven't found anything yet that looks like it. Maybe we find something in the ammunition locker. I guess that's the only place I can think of right now. Whoops. What was that?
Any chance you'll share your food with me tonight? Shut up.
Where are those steps coming from? Oh. Okay, let's go down first. And okay, he has a bone charm. The outsider walks among us. Alright, interesting. But still haven't found... oh.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises.
Someone's breaking
All
out.
Coldridge
Guards,
personnel,
come quick.
detain or
Someone
kill
is trying
anyone
to
currently
escape.
in a restricted area.
You know, I should really shoot you for that. But that's a clever little trick.
We got a problem.
Right. You get to take a nap back here.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress?
Seriously? All this work for stuff we have enough of? this is just the alarm. Okay. You don't actually walk further up here, do you? Oh. Okay, you can't because this is your cell. So do I have to watch out?
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Prisoners as well? Okay, doesn't really look like anything. Okay. Seriously? Jumping is slightly difficult with the higher jump height. Prison's a lot more fun this second time around with powers and all. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh. I think they've got a rat problem there.
Unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel,
Hey, you!
detain
Come
or
over
kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Piss off.
Oh, you're mean. Funny, but mean. Hey, you, come over here. Piss off. Alright, still no idea how we'll cell control system. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't see that pop up. How do I even know that? Already. We're at the top of the world. But yeah, the prison is nicer with powers, but since they have the speakers out there, it's also not as nice as it could have been. Oh, I remember that room. Just hurt me? Was that the rat? Okay, so how do I get over there?
Unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
enough powers. Of course I could try to get this guy. Uh-oh.
Another toad somewhere he doesn't belong.
This guy walking up and down there is a really mean trick to kind of get me like, is there someone approaching? And then I'll probably go, no there isn't.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Dang it. Well, I guess we'll just help you. Whoops. Okay. Almost killed my own guy there. I guess that's not as stealthy as I usually am. Oh, and that's the interrogation room. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
What happened here?
I guess she defended herself and committed suicide, I would guess. Brigmore chest key. Interrogation log 425. Excerpt from interrogation logs at Coldridge Prison, month of Nets. Prisoner 354A 9123. Go. Location of collaborator in theft of goods. Method: heated metal ball supplied to feet. Outcome: promising response at first, but the subject lost consciousness due to shock. Prisoner 657C 7619. Goal: confession to vandalism. Method: sleep deprivation. Outcome: disorientation. Subject falsely confessed to crime as well as other unrelated acts. Prisoner... location of a weapon cache tied to attacks on river patrol checkpoints. Method: water tank. Tank mechanism malfunction. Subject drowned. Name of conspiracy organizer. Method: engagement with phobia. Spiders. Subject divulged the information before the hatch to the spider basket was even opened. Document request. No. Dear Officer Ashfield, I would like to most humbly request access to documents concerning the new experimental choke dust, which you may have recently found yourself in possession of. I understand this is a delicate subject matter, and I assure you every precaution will be taken with the documents to ensure they remain confidential. If access to these documents is agreeable to you, please have one of your men deliver them to my cell. Respectfully, your friend in A25. Okay, that's interesting. Nice. Transfer orders. Lieutenant Wright, the hatter we brought in was trying to stash this loot in the canal when we busted him. Looks like he's the one who hit Lord Bryman's carriage a few nights back. So far he has not named his accomplices, but he will once he gets his turn in the interrogation room. Document everything and then deliver it to the Lord Regent's office. And make sure none of it gets lost along the way, or it's both our heads. Yeah, well, Too late, I guess. So I wonder, did they... Was that the prisoner? I mean, that black stuff around her and the plants kind of make it look like she's not unlike Delilah, I guess, because she had plants around her as well. Oh, wait. I didn't even see.
Is she strapped in right? Good. Doesn't look like much, does she? Comfortable? All right, we'll get this done. Let's start with how you got into Dunwall Tower in the first place. Was it one of the servants that let you in? One of the guards? Nothing? All right. Corporal, use the hammer. That's right. The smaller one. Can't really tell if she felt that. Don't want to break anything. Let's try again. How did you... Wait. You hear a kind of ringing in your ears? What's happening to her face? Is she going to... Oh no! Oh no! Shoot her! Shoot her! Shoot!
That didn't sound good. But that really sounds like she suicided. It's a health elixir that we can't pick up because we're full right now. Let's maybe stick everyone back here in the hope that that might reduce the likelihood of someone coming in and immediately noticing them. I don't know if that even is a mechanic the game has, or if they just despawn after a while. This watch officer might require a little bit of assembly. It's the watch lower body kit. Want me to lend you a hand? Guess let's head up there and see. Why is everything so wobbly? Doesn't look wobbly for me. So I hope it's not too bad. Oh, that's actually where we want to be, I think. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. Do, 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 do. Thank goodness they don't have security cameras here. Below us.
This controls all the cell doors.
Cell control system. Quick reference. 1. Set first tumble to match cell section ladder. Set second and third tumblers to cell number. Pull lever to confirm selection. Ensure that each cell opening request and selection are verbally confirmed. Investigate and report any suspected malfunctions immediately. Interesting. Reloading helps. I wonder what causes these stream issues, that it can be fixed by simply reloading. Maybe their player is somehow weird. Look out, he's armed. Yes, I was armed. Steampunk security cameras are probably trained canaries. That would actually work, yeah. I mean, they did have dogs in other levels of this game. Or was it? Yeah. The overseers had dogs in the base game. Excerpt from a case study intended for prison wardens. Following the escape of Corvo Attano, the council appointed by the Lord Regent has decided it is of the utmost importance to increase security measures at Coldridge Prison. The recommendations made by this report include structural measures such as increasing the heights of walls, sealing ventilation shafts, and ensuring sewer entrances are inaccessible. Additionally, staffing at the site must be increased to thoroughly cover all exits and maintain observation of all major corridors. Special addendum. In addition to the new measures outlined herein, the Council has consulted both the Abbey of the Evermen and Royal Physician Anton Sokolov, who is head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy, asking for guidance and equipment in the handling of those cases which are more exotic in nature. While we have dismissed reports of the supernatural in the past as old wives' tales and lunatic hearsay, recent months have convinced us that there are matters afoot that we do not fully understand. As such, prison executive personnel are encouraged to welcome the presence of both the overseers and anyone working under Sokolov's technical guidance. Okay. Oh, give me a split second, because I just wanted to test something. Let's see if that... I don't think that makes a difference, but we'll never know. I just changed a slight setting in the audio settings. Okay, that looks good on the stream, I think. Still everything in sync, but I don't think it did any difference here. So I think I'm having timestamp drift, and that's why I hear my voice in my ear with a slight delay, which is always a little bit confusing, which I don't have at the start of the stream. It gets worse as stream goes on. Alright. So now the thing is... see... what was it? 28? Is... mission clues. Lizzie Stride is in cell C28. For you the audio is fine and the video turns into a slideshow every now and then. Okay, it could be... I think I might be streaming at 1080 again. After... I can't actually see it. but I guess you can quickly check it with the gear button if you want to. Because I'm recording at 1080. And so it could just be that if I don't get transcoding, then of course 1080 might be a bit much for some lines. And previously I've been streaming at 720. Only partners get guaranteed transcoding, so yeah. So what other cells? The question is, could I maybe free some prisoners to distract people? For example, the guy who squealed on us. What's this note? Keep the hatters away from the eels. The one in section D, cell 11, tried to attack that former dead eel leader again. We can't afford any additional investigations or mistakes right now, so keep them apart. So D11? And what's the dead eel leader? Does anyone remember what the difference between eels? Okay, he has a red thing as well, so that's probably a hatter. He as well. He has a yellow shirt, but is also a hatter.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Okay. I guess we're going upstairs and checking who is there. Let's set a few people free.
Hey, you there!
You're a hatter as well. Already have a hatter. That's also a hatter, but we want his cell, right? So what cell number is that? A10, it's written on the floor. Okay. Oh. And A11 is also interesting.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge
I think I might have to take notes here.
Anyone currently in a restricted area.
A10, A11, and A14. Yeah, I definitely need to take notes. Okay. Here. New note. A10. A11. A14. Now let's go upstairs. Let's see who's here. I mean, we could just open every cell. that has someone in it. Okay, this looks like we also want
There are unsecured prisoners
A25.
active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
What was the other one? Notes. D11. And I don't really see... Where are the eels? These cells are larger than some student apartments. Oh my goodness. So, I'm kind of confused now. C15, C17. Do we have A10 yet? I guess we'll just open up everyone. Yeah, A10 we already had.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
You, come on, I got something to say.
You're a hatter as well. That's D11. Okay. And I could let out the rats. That would of course be slightly evil. But if I just randomly... So what's this D03? Are you a hatter?
Don't make me take that away from you.
Well, D03... I guess we'll just let everyone free. Let out the rats. You're the knife of Dunwall, not the Pied Piper of Dunwall. Well, I'm very musical. I know songs about knives and spoons and axes and well, stuff like that. Alright, let's see. A10. A11. A14. A25 was it, right? I don't want to get anything wrong. And the famous D11. Okay, let's hope that they're all open now and that opening one doesn't close another. DO3, we haven't done you. Oh wait, was there someone down here that we haven't let out? C06.
It's just a matter of time, buddy. Okay, keep banging around. Damn it, you're loud.
C06 and C08.
I know you're here.
C06, C08.
Where'd you run off to?
Okay, keep banging around.
Damn it, you're loud. Where are you?
A01.
Get shit. It's just a matter of time, buddy.
Former Eels leader.
Okay, keep
Someone
banging
around.
to get shit.
Well, let's look upstairs. I don't think...
I know you're here.
A01, I think was the other one. Let's go up here. Let's see. You're scared? Okay. Not quite sure what that means.
It's just a matter of time, buddy. Where are you? I give up. You gotta learn.
He sounds like he's in a loop like a guard. Okay, that's a dead hatter, apparently.
This better be worth it.
We got a bone charm. Let's see what it is. We've already shivering silhouette. Enemies have a high chance to miss ranged attacks. Penalty: you are more visible to enemies. That's not really appropriate for my sneaking.
Unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Set free? I don't think so. But it looks like there are multiple doors open, so that's good. Lizzie is still free. And anyone here? Oh, you're the one with the blueprints. Ethical experimentation. I've managed to get my hands on an experimental formula. Oh, hi noob, how's it going? We're just going through a prison and trying to find a way to cause a ruckus and maybe free someone in the process. I've managed to get my hands on an experimental formula being tested right here in Coldridge Prison, a mixture the prison guards call choke dust, which is normally capable of rendering prisoners vulnerable for a few moments. However, this new formula has the potential to make the victim forgetful as well. It's as if, once breathed in, the dust causes an acute temporary stupor. Oh, that's nice. Modern incarceration technology. Excerpt from a presentation at the onset of the plague. Once again, I have been asked to solve the problems of the dismal past, and once again I have delivered the solutions required by our present situation. As with all my work, it is simply that a mind capable of understanding their potential is required. For the benefit of the Lord Regent and to the detriment of those incarcerated in Coldridge Prison with an aptitude for escape, I have recently adapted one of my inventions for deployment in that dank and depressing place. The potential function of these devices at the prison should now be clear to all, following the latest round of testing. With the associated power complications resolved, I have therefore recommended a two-stage implementation starting at once. The first stage involves a recent device, simple to deploy, designed to stun the escaping prisoner. The second is a more powerful deterrent, the lethal and increasingly popular arc pylon. In combination, properly applied, these devices will make Coldridge Prison inescapable. Okay, so Sokolov has set everything up, I guess.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
So that's top floor. So we still haven't caused a ruckus though. So I guess I'll make one last attempt. Now that I've looted all the rooms and opened the extra numbers. D03. I don't think I've done you either. Alright. So we have 4 more numbers. So let's open those as well. So C06 A B C 3 4 5 6 C08 A B C 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now A01. Oh, wait. I have to turn it all the way around. Dang it. 01. D. What was it? 03? Yeah.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Alright, let's see if that was a mistake or not. The one guy said he would attack us.
I know you're here.
He really sounds suspiciously like a guard.
Where are you?
There are
Where'd you run
unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel.
Alright, I'm not sure if this guy...
Currently in a restricted area.
Okay, Doesn't seem
Just a
to
matter of time, buddy.
doesn't seem to be going after us.
Oh, I'll find you. Someone's about to get shit.
A lot of scared people here now. Oof. Oh, he had a trap here. That was fortunate. But I've got some bolts. Oh, and processed whale oil. Thank you. Would have probably got a little more if I hadn't triggered this. Why are there rats half in the wall? Seriously, guys, that's not how it goes. I'm wondering who's the leader of the eels.
All Coldridge personnel.
That wasn't him, was it?
Kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
I'm not sure if I want to let him out. C09 we haven't opened. And he's dead as well. Maybe we've done it already? Scary noises as always. Yeah, kind of.
It's just a matter of time, buddy. I know you're here. What are you looking at? Oh, I'll find you. Someone's about to get shanked.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go upstairs and hope that he'll do everything in time. Oh, and maybe
Where are you?
rewire that one.
It's just a matter of time.
Let's see what that does. But I guess we've done whatever we can.
Someone's about to get shanked.
I'm not sure. I'm kind of being lazy right now. I need to free Lizzie, and I'm wondering if I open Tim's store, you know, whether there is a point in there. Like, usually I wouldn't do it because, you know, we got him in here. So I don't know really. But you know, if it leads to something interesting, maybe I should do it. That's A04. Didn't understand what you have to do. Well, mostly I've did everything already. I think I was more speculating right now. So I'm in a prison. I have to save this lady. For that I had to figure out how to get over there to the machine that can open cell doors. And I've read somewhere that a few of these prisoners were actually fighting among each other. So my plan was to you know, open their doors as well, and of a few cells that contained interesting loot, and that way you know, I might get I might be able to
There are unsecured prisoners
you know, get them to make like a prison riot or something.
Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
I think I'll go back. It's too tempting, I guess. I'll try out what happens when I free. But let's just check the other cells, if there's anyone I haven't let out yet. You don't want to let all of them out, of course. You don't want to just open all of the cells, because what some of the cells do.
Where'd you run off to?
Is
I know you're here.
C09. I haven't opened you yet. Because, for example, one cell contains rats, and so they might kill someone or attack me. Maybe they attack me. That's the question, of course. But I guess that's
Where'd you run off to?
all I can do right now. I mean, there was one who shouted for the guards. Okay, let's see. C09 and A04. So C09 is the other prisoner. And now A04 is Timsh. I don't know if that had any use. I mean, I would guess that Timsh might be the one to attack us if he figures out that we're the one who screwed him over.
Where are you?
Okay, he's still there.
Someone's about to get shit.
All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
They're all open. None of them is running out. And I can't talk to you. So I don't know. That was a waste of time, I guess. Okay, let's try to free Lizzie and see what happens.
Oh, I'll find you.
Maybe that will raise some sort of alarm.
I know you're here.
That will give us help. I don't know. But I guess here goes nothing.
I'll have to carry her out.
Doesn't look good. Alright. So we have to get back.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel, detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Oh.
Stop! I see you! Assassin, help! A promotion for the man who kills this one. Whiskey for a week if you kill him.
that's not stealthy or quiet. I guess.
Somewhere, scum.
I guess it got the job done. Oh, there's another guard here.
Prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
Alright, let's see if we can just sneak past you.
There are unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
That's close.
I'll find you. I know you're somewhere around here. You won't stay hidden for long.
I mean, we won't be... Yeah, if they were people, they wouldn't be in prison. Don't trust prisoners or rats. Aw. Well, in this place, you know, when we played Corvo, Corvo was in prison, so, yeah.
I know you're here. I got you now.
Ah, dang it.
Watch out.
Whoops. Dang it! I pushed the wrong button, and then they threw Lizzie right in front of my gun. Okay, I guess we can do this again. And I guess this time... we know they will be waiting.
I know you're here.
Why did he throw her? Was that shot?
Where are you? Where are you?
Okay, you idiot.
Okay, that worked. It even left his money behind. Come on. Here, fishy, fishy. Yes. Oh, they actually walk more than once?
Oh, I'll find you. I know you're here.
I'll find you.
Unsecured prisoners active on the premises. All Coldridge personnel. Detain or kill anyone currently in a restricted area.
I know you're here.
You won't got you now. Help!
I know you're here somewhere, scum.
Okay, they do disappear when you kill them. Okay. Where did the other guy go? Not here. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's see if there's anyone out there. I guess someone found our collection of knocked out soldiers. Alright, but I guess we're good. The knife and crossbow and grenade and gun and arc mine of Dunwall. Good point. Alright, let's see if we're safe now or if there are still twists and turns. Oh, no.
She's beaten but not dead. See that her wounds get attention.
It will be done. Ready to go, sir?
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Let's go.
I don't think I need that one more bone charm. Hostiles killed 10, no civilians, 1 alarm rung, 4 bodies found, overall chaos high. Learned about the Brigmore Witches interrogation, so that confirms that the body we found was one of Delilah's friends, I guess. Okay, runes found, 1 out of 2. Bone charms found, 0 out of 2. Corrupted charms found, 1 out of 1. Okay. 1080 of 10, 655. That's actually 2/3 instead of just 50% of the money found. Okay. And I guess this is where we will have our first slightly late break. Because, oh yeah, we're almost an hour over now. So yeah, I hope I'll see you again in about 5 minutes after our usual break. Enjoy, and, you know, don't forget to get up, stretch, and, you know, get something to drink. Don't just sit there. Unless, you know, you've been working all day or something, then, you know, still quick getting up or something is still healthy. But, you know, if you've been listening to this while doing physical exercise, then maybe sit down and get a moment of rest before you continue. See you in a bit with more clips. Here it's really hard in these mountains to find actual leap of faith spots that won't kill you. I guess here that should work because there's water, just in case. Let's quick save. And let's try that. Yeah, it is a leap of faith spot. Thank goodness. Okay. It's a very cold spot, but it won't immediately kill you, which I guess is good. Let's reopen that door. And see. Bowling ball, a boxing glove, and a gun. Well, we know that the gun made holes in the walls, and we can shoot it, so I guess we shoot the cheese, make it Swiss cheese that way. Leave the room, Uli, let me see something different. Give me a moment to finish the puzzle.
Take that, you law-breaking dairy products.
Sam, no! The cheese was innocent!
Innocent? I think not. Voila, Swiss cheese. Or close enough to fool the casual observer, anyway.
Don't say voila.
I like that he shot all of the cheese, but then only picks up like one piece.
Earlier, so I kind of know there will be interaction, and in this game it's odd, but it feels pretty good. Whoops. That's new. Okay. Here, that's how the interactions work in this game. Okay, there seem to be a bunch of dead bodies. Skulls or something down there. That's weird. So as long as I hold the mouse button, I can't do, like, I can't move or anything.
You're the true champion.
Yay! We have a hill! Doodly doodly doo, doodly doodly doo. Find Betty. Whoa, find Betty. Wham-a-lam, whoa, find Betty. Wham-a-lam. Robo Betty had a child. Wham-a-lam. It seems a little, you know, wide for Switzerland, because that's all like in steep, narrow valleys. But you know, it feels much too architecturally fancy. For most of what I've seen of the US so far. Although, I mean, these railings are kind of chunky enough that they might be modern. Well, they probably are, because like these, at least like painted like this. What is that supposed to be? No, I think that's rusty metal, right?
I've seen every version of people hurting each other, hurting themselves, and we blame it on compulsion, selfishness, madness. I suppose the idea is, if you name the thing, you can control it. There are things in this world that cannot be named.
What I can also do is I can say, hey, let's call idle in here, so even when I move it around, it will be spinning. And, you know, you could imagine, you could make a game like this. You can... Seems I can just throw any block. Oh, no, what did it do? Like a split second. Like, it just opened up. And I couldn't even, like, is it faster? Did anyone see